This is Jim Nailon, liturgical guitarist. I'm going to share my arrangement of Now the Green Blade Rises. I'll play through it first and then we'll go through and talk about it. Okay, so first off, I'm capoed on the first fret here because I tuned this guitar down a half step, so you shouldn't need to capo as long as you're in standard tune, A440 tuning. This is, especially the first verse of this is very easy. Let's just go through it. A minor, D, A minor, D minor, E, second line, nothing hard here, A minor, D minor, E, A minor, A minor, third line here, A minor, I may have played the wrong strings on that one when I did it. Okay, then second page. It goes a little faster, but there's nothing too hard here. A little harder though. D, D minor, E, little bass run. So that one. Down to the A bass. A, D, A minor, second line here we're on. Now in this part, to keep this straight, I kind of in my mind on the third line there, I remember that the first two measures, I'm only using my first and second fingers. Let's see. On the not here on the regular A minor chord, but now here, first and second fingers. I've marked that, so you slide your hand down and then just slide them down. Slide them, yeah, down one fret to the E. So those first two measures are A minor. First and second fingers go down and get the first finger on the second fret of the third string, second finger on the third fret of the fourth string, and then slide them down to an E chord position. Now you're going to use all three fingers on the A minor. And with the alternate droning this to open E. Lift them off, put the first and third finger, first, second, third down on the up one fret, and then slide them into the E, and then this little run, and then to the to measure 29, last line. You can use, I've indicated second, third, and fourth strings on this, but you can also bar. Might even be a little better vibrato if you bring your first finger up there. That's how I usually play it. I don't know why I figured it the other way, but I did. So anyway, that's a pretty easy arrangement. That third line on page 2, again, is maybe the trickiest part, but again, to keep it straight, I measure 2, I keep first and second fingers, and then measure 3, I use all 3 fingers. So that's how I just keep it, so I don't trip over my own fingers and remember my fingering here. There's not a lot to this piece. It's an easy one to put together, and Easter's right around the corner here. We're in the 3rd week of Lent right now. So, trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say about this. It can go pretty fast, as long as you don't start out too fast, and then get into the second verse and realize that you're picking twice as fast on things there. So, but then again, the object at playing for prelude for Mass is not to show off, but to support their prayers. So, a good tempo probably. And the second verse would sound. So that's all I have on that one. That was an easy video. I pray God blesses your playing. Look for more arrangements on liturgicalguitarist.com, and I wish you peace.